While the modern man searches for comfort, the Spartan found his edge in the biting wind, stripping down to train on frosted ground, not because he lacked warmth, but because he demanded resilience. We've been taught to avoid discomfort at all costs, to seek ease, to bypass effort. This fundamental error has not only softened our bodies, but shattered the very forge of our minds. It has left us undisciplined, reactive, and adrift. Today, we cut through the false promises of convenience and confront the brutal truth. Your mind, your very will, has been domesticated. You will discover the primal warrior principle of relentless, intentional discipline, forged not through avoiding hardship, but by actively seeking it out. We will dismantle the roots of modern weakness and equip you to reclaim an ironclad control over your actions, your thoughts, and your destiny, igniting the fierce, undomesticated strength that lies dormant within you. Consider the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. For over 60 duels, he faced death, and each time he emerged victorious. But his mastery wasn't just in the blade. It was in the unforgiving discipline he imposed upon himself, a discipline that went far beyond the practice dojo, permeating every single breath he took. Musashi lived a life devoid of excess, embracing the austere path of the Ronin. He owned no property, he seldom bathed, he wandered the land, sleeping wherever night found him. His only constant companions, his two swords, and his unwavering commitment to his path. His choice to live as a solitary, unattached warrior was not a consequence of poverty, but a deliberate act of philosophical conviction. He understood that true strength was not accumulated through possessions or fleeting accolades, but forged through relentless self-confrontation and a mind honed against the sharp edges of the world. His existence was a living testament to the idea that distraction and comfort are the silent assassins of true skill and inner power. He understood that to master the sword, one must first master oneself, and that self-mastery demanded an ascetic focus, a deliberate shedding of everything non-essential, cutting away all that could soften the will or cloud the mind. Musashi articulated this philosophy with chilling clarity in his renowned work, The Book of Five Rings. He advised, and I quote, "Do not regret what you have done. Never let yourself be carried away with a feeling of regret. Do not harbor any hatred or attachment to a single thing." This wasn't merely about moving past mistakes. It was a profound directive against emotional indulgence, against the mental clutter that drains vital energy and saps one's power of presence. It was a call to absolute presence, absolute control over one's internal landscape, unburdened by the past or the future, focused purely on the present moment's demand for action and perception. He knew that the moment you allow your mind to linger on past regret or future anxiety, you lose your edge, your focus, your discipline in the now, leaving you vulnerable. Every single indulgence, every mental diversion, every unnecessary comfort chipped away at the raw, unyielding core of who he was. His very life became an instrument of discipline, each day a test, each sunrise a renewed commitment to his path of self-perfection through constant, self-imposed challenge. He understood that the absence of comfort forced a man to rely solely on his own internal resources, sharpening his senses, his will, and his capacity for decisive action. This isn't some romanticized ideal from a bygone era. This is an urgent truth screaming at us today, louder than ever before, as our lives become increasingly saturated with easy distractions and soft comforts that promise freedom, but deliver only a more subtle, insidious form of mental enslavement. So, how does Musashi's brutal self-discipline shatter the chains of your modern struggles? Your fear, your procrastination, your crippling weakness, your utter lack of discipline? Let me be clear. This ancient principle isn't just a historical anecdote. It is the precision weapon designed to cut through the soft tissue of modern existence. Imagine yourself today. You wake up, phone in hand, scrolling, reacting, letting the outside world dictate your first thoughts, your first actions, often before your conscious mind has even fully engaged. You face a difficult task at work, a challenging conversation, a demanding workout. What happens? Your mind, accustomed to ease, screams for a shortcut. It whispers, later, maybe tomorrow, this is too hard, you deserve a break. You succumb to the digital siren song, the sugary treat, the easy escape. You are a puppet, jerked around by every fleeting impulse, every external stimulus, every primal urge for comfort, often masked as a desire for relaxation or self-care. Your intentions are noble, your aspirations grand, but your daily reality is a relentless cycle of starting, faltering, and ultimately failing to meet your own expectations for yourself. This is the before picture, a mind domesticated by convenience, reactive rather than proactive, a victim of its own environment. But now, envision the transformation. Apply the warrior's lens. You embrace discomfort. You rise before the digital world awakens, not because you have to, but because you choose to assert unwavering control over your morning, over your day, over your very consciousness. That difficult task, instead of dreading it, you attack it first, knowing that the resistance you feel is the very friction that sharpens your resolve, the very obstacle that strengthens your will. The challenging conversation, you step into it, not with fear or avoidance, but with a quiet, unwavering strength, because you've trained your mind to confront, not to evade, to engage with clarity rather than recoil in discomfort. The demanding workout, it's not a burden, it's an opportunity to forge your will against physical limits, to prove to yourself that your mind controls your body, not the other way around. You are no longer tossed about by the whims of your environment or the seductive whispers of your lower self. You become a master craftsman of your own experience, an architect of your own character. The modern man, drowning in a sea of endless choices and instant gratification, finds himself paralyzed, unable to commit, unable to execute, constantly seeking external validation or easy escape from the internal discomfort that accompanies true growth. Comfort is the silent assassin of potential, but the man who chooses the path of discomfort, who actively seeks out the friction, he is the one who forges an unbreakable will. He is the one who truly lives. Think about it. That mountain of emails you've been avoiding, the skill you know you need to learn, the difficult boundary you need to set with a friend or family member, the financial decision that demands careful, focused attention. These aren't just tasks, they are battlegrounds for your discipline. When you choose to confront them head-on, not when you feel like it, but precisely when your inner voice screams for an easier path, that is where genuine transformation occurs. You are not just checking off a list. You are actively rewiring your brain's default settings. You are training yourself to choose the harder right over the easier wrong, again and again, reinforcing neural pathways of resilience and purposeful action. You are building mental calluses, creating an internal fortress against the onslaught of modern softness and the constant pull toward mediocrity. This isn't just about getting things done. This is about becoming the kind of man who gets things done, a man whose word to himself is an ironclad command, not a fleeting suggestion. This is about taking the reins of your own existence and pulling hard against the current of convenience that threatens to sweep us all away into a sea of comfortable, regret-filled oblivion. To begin this journey of undomesticating your mind, we will adopt 3 warrior practices, stripped down from ancient traditions and sharpened for your modern battlefield. These are not suggestions, these are directives for transformation, tools to chisel away the softness and reveal your inherent strength. First, embrace what I call the Spartan wake. This practice demands that you rise at the exact same time every single day, including weekends, without exception, and crucially, without hitting snooze even once. Your alarm is not a suggestion, it is a command. For the first 2 weeks, aim for 5:30 in the morning. When that alarm sounds, do not think, do not negotiate with your tired self. Your feet hit the floor within 5 seconds. Immediately, perform a set of 20 push-ups or 20 bodyweight squats. This isn't about achieving peak fitness. It's about an immediate physical assertion of will over comfort, a declaration of intent to yourself. The expected result? An immediate, tangible victory before your day has even truly begun. A visceral reminder that you are the master of your body and your schedule, not a slave to the warmth of your bed or the fleeting desire for more sleep. This single, disciplined act sets a tone of proactive discipline and self-control that will ripple through every subsequent action you take, impacting your focus, your energy, and your overall sense of agency throughout the day. It is the fundamental victory that paves the way for all others. Second, engage in the samurai's stillness. For a minimum of 15 minutes each day, Deliberately place yourself in a situation of controlled discomfort or absolute singular focus, consciously rejecting all external stimulation. This could mean a cold shower immediately after your Spartan wake, focusing only on your breath as the icy water assaults you, remaining present and calm despite the shock. Or it could be sitting in complete silence, without music, without your phone, without even a book or a screen, for those 15 minutes. During this time, observe your thoughts without judgment, allowing the urge for distraction to arise and pass without action, simply witnessing your mind's restless dance. Perhaps you choose to focus intensely on a single mundane object for the entire duration, seeing it not just with your eyes, but with your entire consciousness, attempting to perceive every nuance and detail. The conditions are simple: no distractions, no escape, just you and your chosen discomfort or focal point. The expected result: you will build an internal reservoir of resilience and mental fortitude, training your mind to resist the siren call of instant gratification and to find power in stillness and presence, even when your body screams for relief or your mind yearns for diversion. You are teaching your nervous system to be calm under duress, to find strength in disciplined presence, and to cultivate an unshakable inner focus that can be deployed at will, regardless of external circumstances. Finally, implement the Stoic's scrutiny. Every evening, before you close your eyes, take 10 minutes to review your day with the brutal honesty of a warrior assessing his battlefield, dissecting every maneuver. Ask yourself 3 simple, penetrating questions. Where did my discipline falter today? Where did I choose comfort over growth? And what specific, actionable step will I take tomorrow to correct this? Be unsparing in your self-assessment. Don't rationalize, don't excuse, don't play the victim. Identify the exact moments of weakness, the extra scroll, the missed workout, the delayed task, the easy escape into entertainment, the harsh word, the unfulfilled promise to yourself. Then, critically, articulate one concrete, actionable step you will implement the very next day to fortify your discipline in that specific area. This isn't about guilt or self-flagellation. It's about precise course correction, like a master craftsman refining his blade. The expected result? You will cultivate a heightened self-awareness, transforming vague intentions into actionable strategies. You will interrupt the cycle of unconscious complacency and build a powerful feedback loop that constantly strengthens your commitment to the disciplined path, ensuring that each day is a step forward, a moment of growth, not a slide backward into comfortable mediocrity. You see, this isn't just about changing your habits. This is about fundamentally altering the very fabric of who you are. The man who once allowed his day to be dictated by external forces, by fleeting moods, by the path of least resistance, that man begins to dissolve, his ghost fading into the background. In his place emerges a force, a primal engine of purpose, a resolute will. You are no longer merely existing, you are actively creating your existence, sculpting your reality with every intentional act of discipline. You are becoming undomesticated. Your mind, once soft and pliable, now hardens into an instrument of relentless will, unbending in its pursuit of what matters, unyielding in the face of adversity, a bulwark against the forces that would diminish you. You are not just performing tasks, you are performing yourself into being, a being of purpose, of strength, of unshakable resolve. You are shedding the shackles of modern comfort and embracing the ancient, potent truth. True freedom is found not in boundless choice, but in absolute self-mastery. You are reclaiming your birthright, the inner warrior that modern life tried so desperately to bury under a mountain of convenience and distraction. Feel that shift within you, that deep, resonant hum of power that comes from knowing you are in command, that you are the architect of your own strength. Are you ready to truly own your life? Consider this: if you won't control yourself, who will? The path is laid bare. The wisdom of the ancients, forged in the crucible of challenge, is now yours to wield. You have seen the insidious power of modern ease and the liberating strength of chosen hardship. You have been given the tools, the Spartan wake, the samurai's stillness, the Stoic's scrutiny, to forge an unshakable will. Now, the choice is unmistakably yours. Embrace this discipline. Carve out a life of true purpose and undeniable strength. Begin today, not tomorrow, not someday, But in this very moment, take your first, decisive step toward genuine self-mastery. This journey has only just begun, and what lies ahead, for those who dare to walk this path, is a revelation so profound it will reshape everything you thought you knew about your own potential. The next step is always the hardest and the most rewarding. Be ready.